I think Invicta Umbra is coming in here.
All right, Invicta Umbra is coming in.
Unless maybe he's running camera.
Ooh.
Good to go. I've got audio. You're live. I think Invicta Umbra is coming in here.
Who sent that? Invicta.
He himself did.
All right, that means
I have no idea.
that means Invicta Umbra is running cams tonight. So special shout out to him for doing that.
So I don't need to. Oh wait, hold on. There's a heck of an echo. Is somebody echoing me, or is that? Oh wait. Oh, okay, I was listening to the stream. I'm freaking myself out. All right, we're good.
All right.
I'm not running the stream. Good to know.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second map of the evening. I am Stache Monster. You are one of your commentators. I am joined tonight by the old Razzle and operating cams tonight is Invicta Umbra. Thanks for these guys coming in last minute. Had some snafus getting everything up and running today. If you missed for those of you that watched the first round on this channel, you saw the whole thing from Yakety Tack's perspective, and the whole first round will be available from my perspective on my Twitch stream for your viewing pleasure if you'd like to watch it from an overhead perspective. And rumor has it that I believe Metro Falco or someone on Poultry Pastry is also streaming their perspective. So an interesting night for cameras tonight, but hopefully an enjoyable one nonetheless. OSS took the last round.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you.
So they are up 1-0 on the evening.
So as you go into the control point, Nepal, a favorite for the Lucio mains out there.
Definitely one of my favorites as a Lucio main. Always fun to play here and just move people down this deep, deep hole into nothingness. We'll see how they can go here.
Yep, we got a Lucio coming out. We got a Yakety Tack. We have an Orisa. Both really kind of makes sense kind of heroes on this map. You got Orisa being able to pull people off. You have Lucio be able to poop people off. You have Ryan, which I'm always hesitant playing on this one just because that little boop, that little pull is just into that deep hole, and it's no fun ever.
A little too much, yeah. I'm a little shocked not to see a Roadhog here. Roadhog has a lot of pulling into the void potential. But we'll see. 30 seconds until the gates open, and blue team, which is Poultry Pastry, going in with E-Jinx on McCree. Again, he did very well last round, getting a lot of damage in. Also running for them is a Winston, Lucio, Junkrat, Reinhardt, and Moira. And on the other side, OSS running McCree, Roadhog, Orisa, Lucio, Tracer, and Moira. And the gates are off, and here they come.
Really, both kind of or it should be interesting to see the Junkrat trying to take down that Orisa shield and kind of opening up the way for the OSS.
OSS going to the right immediately and then dropping down. E-Jinx getting a quick tracer pick. Both really teams crawling over the point here.
Taking that lower route seemed to have worked out for Poultry Pastry.
Oracle Ken somehow falling off the void, maybe being pulled by something.
Yep.
But it looks like
a quick
Poultry Pastry is taking this point. Some good picks coming in from the tanks.
Absolutely, and at least when I was commenting about being pushed off, I guess it's Poultry Pastry taking that left route going under into the room makes a whole lot of sense. Kind of prevents any of that from occurring.
Absolutely. E-Jinx at 99% on his ult. Very fast building because he's been able to land lots of shots. Underused also has his Deadeye at the ready.
Really quick for that. Should see maybe the Moira. Oh.
Here comes the Deadeye from Underused.
Good shield by Crazy Chocobo, keeping that up, protecting the team behind him, and everybody else at least being able to hide from that Deadeye.
Not able to get anything with that Deadeye.
But
Here
and
comes
I
a hammer, and he is taken down. And that will also take up his ult. The real JLP coming in with an ult just to clean up, and they have retaken the point. 52% for Poultry Pastry. Definitely something that OSS can come back from.
But what a crushing kill that was, taking out the Reinhardt right as he's hitting Q. It always hurts. You watch it go down.
Ejinx, another pick on Tracer.
Little pick.
Bit of a hard counter to Tracer, so it'll be interesting to see if they keep the Tracer up later
Winston
on.
Diamond in the back. Crazy Chocobo with a really nice, I forgot whatever it's called, rushing in, getting that Lucio.
Metro Falco taking out Nightcross, the Moira, as the real JLP gets pulled or pushed or something into the void.
Quick little just take the team apart bit by bit.
2 fast picks coming in for OSS. Not something I think they'll be able to capitalize on.
But coming in with 2, got another Deadeye coming out. That shield's staying up. A beat drop and the Moira ult at the same time.
The Deadeye takes out Migs. This could be big.
Yep, retaking the point, pushing Poultry Pastry off. Pastry off.
A very well-coordinated ultimate push for OSS here. The Deadeye plus the Moira ult. A potent combo in terms of crowd control.
Absolutely.
Under you is getting a fast pick on Metro Falco.
Makes Poultry Pastry a little bit hesitant to push out, especially with that Ryan shield coming down. Ooh, a big old stick from Maknar.
Taking out Ejinx, who's been doing a lot of damage out there on the field.
Maknar with another pick.
Another one for you, underused. Yakety Tack has his ult. He's ready to put down that bongo drum and make some sweet jams.
Both
Crazy.
teams looking really even right now, actually. Both in percentage and what seems to be gameplay. Just once one pick happens, that team seems to control.
This will likely be the final push for PP here, as they are jumping on. Lucio going in around, trying to boop everyone off, but here comes a Deadeye from underused.
A possibly big, taking out Moira. We got a High Noon coming out, and ooh.
A lot of ults going in at once. And it looks like, unless Junkrat can do miracles here, which he cannot.
Not the case.
OSS has taken this point for good. A lot of ults flying in or out there. Yeah, the point changed hands at 3 times.
Something like that, yeah.
Always good to see even, well-rounded gameplay like this.
Absolutely. Like, you can see a team kind of get rolled, and maybe it's enjoyable depending on who you're rooting for. But if we can see 2 teams just kind of battling it out, both pretty evenly matched, makes it that much more enjoyable, at least in my opinion.
Let's see what both teams will have planned for this point.
Almost
Neither
going
team
the same.
changing their comps much. Metro Falco trading Winston for Zarya. Other than that, I see no changes. So we shall see how this goes. Both teams going for the high ground here. Except for Tracer, as Maknar is sneaking around to the point. Metro Falco gets hooked. A risky play as he gets eaten by underused.
Real GLP taking out Ejinx.
Maknar just going in, doing all kinds of chip damage, and letting the tanks are able to get some final hits. As Mix is caught out in the open.
Seems to escape. But Beppy was not as lucky.
Underused takes out Beppy, who was on point, and with that, OSS can take this point. Ejinx getting a pick here on underuse. Something they're going to try and open a push with. One of their main DPS healers going down.
Got a push going to the right. Seeing thinking, ooh, a Ryan charging and getting stopped by a shielded Orisa. Fire in the hole coming in, seeing if they can open up a little bit. They get the Orisa, a pick on the real JLP, taking, or Ejing's taking him out, but a high noon from Run to use a new. Takes out the support.
Pulse Bomb coming in, taking out a high damage tank here in Metro Falco.
Really
Seems
just
like
goes on point. Kind of keeping it hold. Yeah, taking down the Reinhardt, got Migs left. Seemed to keep a hold of the point.
Excellent defense here.
Absolutely.
3 ults at the ready for Poultry Pastry. Some very high impact ones with a lot of synergy in the Earth Shatter and the Death Blossom. And here comes Whole Hog from the real JLP.
Seeing if
Ulting
you
into a
keep him
small
in
room,
that,
but he is
will not
taken
work out for him.
And here comes an ult from
bold
EJ. He
ult.
takes out one, not another.
But we did see, and I didn't notice it until just now, a switch from the Zarya over to Hog. You might have brought that
trying
up.
to Deadeye. He's not in a good place to use it.
Seems like they may have the point.
And they are getting picks on the right people, and it looks like they're be able to take this shortly, trickling in for OSS. They're trying to maintain this and get the victory fast, but
Yeah.
a 99-0 comeback on the way for Poultry Pastry. Let's see if they can hold on. They again have 3 ults with them, so they're in a good place to defend.
Absolutely, and just a really good job by the OSS for stalling out until that 99, making sure that they have a good few pushes. Say the first one wasn't going to work out, they have plenty more in their back pocket for that.
The real
Plenty of time.
JLP switching off of the tank is onto Junkrat, but he gets taken out as soon as he goes through the choke. Let's see how this triple DPS comp will go. Beppy takes
taken
out.
You
They
got
have
it, Mac
no
9.
DPS on point right now. They're going to have to back up.
Reinhardt charging in.
Takes out Yakety Tack.
Seems to be worth it.
High risk, high reward play.
Absolutely.
Definitely reward for them.
Ejinx with a bold ult gets one, but also gets taken out in the process.
He does take out 2 others, though, right before he uses it. So,
Ah.
4 ults at the ready for Poultry Pastry, and 3 soon to be 4 for OSS. And here comes the tire from Beppy, and he is caught with his pants down as he gets killed immediately.
The OSS taking a strange going to the right approach. Nope. Looks like they decided against it.
Going for the high ground and seeing what they can get with it. Again, interesting to see how this triple DPS comp will work out for them. As they're
like
pushing
they
on a
push it
point.
down.
Both
2
Moira's
Moira ults.
ulting.
A hammer down with 0, it seems. A high noon.
High Noon takes out Ejinx. Beppy coming in from behind.
The OSS pushing what seems to be confidently on the point. Both
Oracle
teams
10
having-
getting taken out, so that's 1 healer down.
Metro Falco getting a big pick on Yakety Tack.
Tire
Holding
coming in
at that
from real
99.
JLP and taken out by a fire strike. And both teams struggling to maintain dominance here as both teams are getting picks left and right.
But it seems as
looks-
though Poultry
looks-
Pastry might have it.
Definitely just Lucio trying to stall, and he
Oh,
cannot.
wow.
Ejinx kills him just at the round ends. And a crazy 99-0 comeback for Poultry Pastry as this map goes to 1 point each. And we will go to the 3rd and final point here.
Talk about evenly matched teams. I think we just saw another peek on just how evenly matched they are right now.
Absolutely. Great play coming from both teams. Just very close fights that could definitely have swung either way if one thing had gone differently. And I love those kind of fights. So we'll see how that goes. The real JLP switching back to Roadhog. And Ejinx switching onto a Soldier. Other than that, both comps remaining very similar. Maknar switching from Tracer to Junkrat. So they're keeping the Junkrat on there for his high damage output.
The OSS taking the point, setting up that shield, getting ready for what might come.
Poultry Pastry coming in from the side here as Ejinx Helix rockets Maknar into oblivion. key pick early on. Crazy Chocobo with the charge going in. He can't get anything out of it. Underused taking him out.
The OSS, a big pick on the Moira Nightcross from Metro Falco.
Be difficult to keep their heroes alive without the Moira.
Seeing if they can take out those that are actually out. Maybe not. Macnar taking out Shushifoosh.
And here comes the tire from Beppy.
Higgs, Reinhardt
Can't
coming
get
in.
anyone.
Oh,
Oh,
a big
great
pin.
charge. This might be what they need. Although I might have said that at least 3 times for both teams already.
I mean, it's enjoyable to watch. They're so. I mean, we see it even now just with this first point take. We see about 3, 4, 5 of them fighting at a time. Both teams getting picks on high key targets, and I say that big hammer down
Fat
for
shatter
2.
for Crazy
Ooh, but pulling him
Chocobo.
away from the
And
GLP.
Ejing's coming in to clean up. And with that, Poultry Pastry will take the point. We went at least 2 minutes. I don't have a hard time count with me, but that was a long time before either team was able to capture the point.
Especially
5
what
ults,
a
soon to be
deciding
6 for
time.
OSS. So I would definitely expect a lot of ults coming in on the next push. So they have all 6.
We do see the OSS gather. Well, I thought I saw them gathering up at the top. They decided to go lower anyways.
Oracle Ken goes down. That'll definitely change the nature of this push. As Mac
Junkrat
tries to
coming
tire
in, going behind. And 2
Gets
big
2.
picks from the Junkrat. And 2 more for when they're using new. An
Excellent
easy
combo of ults.
point take right there for the OSS.
%41 on the counter for Poultry Pastry, but they do have 4 ults, and they will begin their push shortly.
Absolutely, with a change from a Roadhog over to the Diva from Metro Falco. Maybe trying to get rid of some of the Junkrat and possible
There.
dead-eyeing that just occurred.
Definitely splitting up, but here comes 3 ults. Ejings with the visor, Beppy with the tire, and Shushifu with the coalescences. Kills coming in for all of them. Beppy getting a well-deserved pick on the Orisa there, and it's just Roadhog trying to maintain a point, and he cannot. He gets pushed off, and they retake the point.
The real JLP having an unfortunate ult about a minute ago. Ulted and fell off the side, had to walk back on the point while ulting got pretty much nobody out of it.
A lot of picks come in for both sides DPS. So having a lot of trouble getting follow-ups with it.
Underused anew, and 2 others coming in on the side, trying to distract the team, making a little bit of space for the others.
Poultry Pastries scattered all about in different places. Ejing's getting a very important pick on Underused, and here comes the tire for Macnar, taking out Crazy Chocobo. But
Actually,
once again, a
big
trade
hammer
for a
down.
trade.
Big hammer down, taking about 3 of the OSS, but nobody being there to kind of back it up.
Here's the
Another
tire
Beppy
from
ult.
Beppy. This
Gonna go find
might
somebody.
do them in. They are struggling
Watch
to find a target.
Watch the percentage go up. Beppy's ult will result in nothing.
Oracle Ken's trying to get on point. And it's just Tracer trying to stall here.
Ooh.
Ejing's pulling out the tac visor, killing a real JLP.
Junkrat standing on the point along with the Tracer, but getting taken out. Tracer's maybe next. Yep, underused
Moira
anew,
coming
getting
on.
taken out.
Diva self-destructing, getting 2 kills here. And that will be the point and the map for Poultry Pastry. And with that, tonight's matchup is tied at 1 map apiece. OSS took the first map on Nubani, and Poultry Pastry taking Nepal. Ejinx to play the game. A well-executed play here.
Remember that comment I said about them being even? Here we are, 1-1. Man, and that comment I said wasn't very good for Ejinx on that play, but I was proven wrong. It was play of the game. So, all power to you, Ejinx.
We have a larger crowd and watching on Twitch than usual, so a big shout out to you guys. Hope
Hey.
you're enjoying the cast and the game. Definitely a high octane game here as we move to our third map of the night, which, if I remember correctly, is
Hanamura?
Hanamura,
Hanamura.
a 2 control point map.
We did have a topic come up in the chat on, is there a website for the PMAOWL? Not really, but if you hit the follow button, you'll know every single time we go live. And another little kicker, we'll tell you at the end of the stream when the next match is.
Someone did link the Overwatch Gamepedia page for the league. That is not official, but is maintained by a dedicated and unknown fan who is doing a great job of keeping track of players and scores. It's generally updated within a day or two of everything happening. We also are streaming here, so just stay in touch here. Give us a follow.
But hey, if that's something you'd like to see, like we can set up some sort of Twitter account or like a Facebook page. Maybe if that's what chat wants. We got a yee. I don't know if that's for me, but I'll accept it. I'm gonna take that as one yes towards getting some official way to let you know kind of the exact schedule. Maybe if it's a week in advance, a season in advance, whatever you're really feeling, or whatever we're feeling, I guess.
Let us know. The league is young. We're in our third season, so we're definitely looking for more ways to branch out.
Do you think, this is a little question to pick your brain, you think that Poultry Pastry was named such so that when we're talking about them in game, we'd be saying PP has taken the point?
I said PP earlier today, and it just felt so childish. And like my inner 12-year-old giggled too much. And then because in the game lobby we have here, it says PP, and instinctively, I go full liberal arts student and think it stands for Planned Parenthood instead.
Another important, maybe close acronym.
So Planned Parenthood does not have a team in the PMAOWL Alpha Overwatch League.
But we're accepting sponsors.
We do have Poultry Pastry.
Come at us, Planned Parenthood. PP is in some length and point.
And then on attack, we will have up first OSS. Poultry Pastry defending.
Ejing's coming out possibly with that. Nope, yep, looks like a definite with that May. The boosted May. Let's see if it works out for Poultry Pastry, or maybe not boosted. The recently buffed May. See if it works out for them or shows some sort of benefit. I haven't seen her gameplay this after this update.
Also for them, they're rocking a Roadhog, an Anna, Narisa, Zenyatta, and Beppy, who is just now choosing McCree. On the offense, a shakeup just happened.
Maybe not.
Shaka Khan switching between, trying to figure out what DPS player he wants to play, but right now it's choosing Sombra, as well as a Winston, Diva, Hanzo, or make that Zenyatta. Oracle can just change. Maknar with the Junkrat again, and Nightcross, of course, on Moira.
An interesting pick with that, the Sombra on offense, seeing if she can maybe quickly get through that doorway or go through the window.
If she can get through the window and get a good hack, it could be devastating, because Poultry Pastry is maintaining their defense up towards the front of the choke. But Shushifu gets some brother-on-brother action there, killing the other Zenyatta.
It does seem, though, Shaka Khan has gotten behind the line. Playing the sneaky Sombra, making some possible grief for Migs up top on Ana.
Way in the back, Metrofalco takes out Yakety Yak's mech, and then Crazy Chocobo follows up with the Lucio kill. Sombra sitting here on point. They don't really see him. He managed to slip out.
Trying to really distract the team. Seems to be doing a good job at it.
It's been doing a good job of avoiding lots of people shooting at him, but he's provided just enough distraction for his teammates to get up to the choke in better position. Nightcross gets caught off guard and then walled off where he couldn't escape, and Shushi delivers the final blow. As well as to Lucio. Oracle Ken going down, as well as Yakety Tak.
Real GLP getting caught and frozen.
2 more picks coming in from both tanks. Shaka Khan is standing on the balcony trying to do something. I'm not really sure what he's trying to do, other than just general disruption.
I think that's the main point right now, trying to build up that ult, maybe get that EMP so they can EMP their way through that first choke.
Strong EMP blast could be devastating to Poultry Pastry, who has 5 ults, soon to be 5 ults. And they're going to start using him soon.
A switch from the real JLP
Real
onto
JLP
that
is walled off.
Reinhardt,
An
but-
excellent Maywall from Ejinx.
Shaka Khan now having the EMP ready. See if that comes out on this next push once Poultry Pastry, or once the OSS can kind of recollect themselves, make one good push into this beginning with at least almost a minute and a half left.
They're pushing into the choke.
Very aggressive push. Small anti from Ana. There's that EMP we were
There's the
talking about.
EMP.
Ooh, a big old pin from Reinhardt. That ult from Junkrat not making very much opening.
Migs doing what he can to stall. Gets a grenade in there and manages to take out the Diva mech.
Nice sleep. Nobody's paying attention to the Ana that's still on point. Migs. Except for now.
Beppy gets 1 kill. It's not enough. Yes, for our viewers just tuning in right now, each team has 1 map apiece. This is the final map of the night. And with that, the OSS will take the first point with almost 5 minutes exactly to spare on the clock. Shaka Khan switching off the Sombra to a more traditional, and in my opinion, more useful in this situation, McCree. So we shall see how he proceeds.
We do see Poultry Pastry a little bit split up right now. The supports thing in the back as well as the tank. And then everybody else kind of up top left with the May and the Winston as you would normally see. And then Beppy on the side trying to get some quick little pot shots in.
Ejinx has been sitting on his ult for a long time.
Yakety Tak getting caught up top, getting taken out of mech, and actually ulting probably to get that mech back as they make
Here
a push
comes
onto the point.
Big push. And the
Ooh,
Transcendence
big.
from Shushi Foof. He's trying to keep everyone alive so they can contest.
But they've gotten 1 tick already. Picks coming out from both Shaka Khan and Yakety Tak.
Not really enough people on here. And
Tick number
banana
2.
boost on the Orisa. This might be enough as Mix takes out the Diva mech. Diva sitting in the back and is heal blocked. I don't think they see him.
A shatter with no fruition, and the OSS is getting picked off bit by bit. 1 left, and there it is. Poultry Pastry has some time to regroup. But 2 ticks for the OSS on this point. 3.5 minutes to get that last tick.
An excellent May ult to the right there
Oh,
from
absolutely.
Ejinx. It didn't freeze anyone, but it did an excellent job of pushing everyone into a corner where they weren't able to defend themselves.
Absolutely. Setting up the same. We were just talking about support on point with a tank, and then, ooh, a big pick from Ejinx on Shaka Khan.
Ejinx
There's
doing
that
all
May
kinds of
buff.
good work.
Coming on in. Hello, Maybuff. We're ready, maybe.
Shaka Khan waiting to come back because he has his ult. An Angry Monkey sitting on the shelf for Metrofalco, and another Deadeye for Beppy. We shall see what shall happen.
The OSS kind of split up right now, making a push down center now. Seeing if they can walk on a point, both with Metro Falco and Ejinx both up top. They're dropping down now. We see the Maywall. A bunch
Maywall
of
did a good
OSS
job.
getting pushed down to the lower level.
The Maywell did a fairly good job of splitting people up.
Absolutely. No picks happen. Actually, a pick on Crazy Chocobo. The OSS might be working in their favor. Nope. I spoke too soon. Shushi Poof taking out Macnar. Shaka Khan taking out Metro Falco.
Here comes
still
the
got
ult
easy.
from Shushifoof as he's trying to run away from something. Couldn't really see what it was.
But Poultry
Big
Pastry
pace
making their way
coming
back
in.
to point, staying on. High noon.
Shaka Khan with a Deadeye. He gets dove by Metro
Coming
Falco.
out. Taking
They're struggling to maintain this
the
point.
ult.
It's just Migs on point
Another
here.
high noon. Anna, Mig still
Migs
on
is
point.
out.
Shushifoo's hopping on
Falco.
point. Metro Falco's last. And that is all she wrote.
And that is it for the offensive
OSS.
push for the OSS. And they will take the point with the minute 31 left on the clock.
A good fair amount of time, or a good amount of time to leave, seeing if maybe they can set up a good defense against Poultry Pastry and keep them from either getting under that time limit or not getting to that second point at all.
Well, we shall see what Poultry Pastry will do on the counterattack here. They have not a crazy amount of time that was left on the clock for the OSS, only a minute 31. So if Poultry Pastry can take the second point with a lot of time, it will definitely turn into a huge advantage.
Absolutely. Seeing the OSS set up their defense, we have the McCree, the Roadhog, the Orisa, the Moira, the Junkrat, and the Mercy. The attack being from Poultry Pastry. We have a Reaper from Ejinx, which we saw a good amount of last map. Metro Falco being on the Diva. Lucio and a Moira currently still waiting for Beppy and Crazy Chocobo to decide on probably what the other tank and what the DPS is looking like. Ejinx changing around a little bit. Maybe switching off that DPS role, allowing... Nope. Looks like they're going to go triple tank. Wondering who the DPS is going to be from Beppy. Seeing as he's been playing the Junkrat, I would not be surprised for another Junkrat coming out.
I would also not be surprised if he pulled out the McCree, because he was doing a lot of good work with that.
Very true.
We'll see.
But at least on this first point, I like seeing a good amount of shield breakage. We are going quad tank from Poultry Pastry.
Interesting. This has seemed to become sort of a fairly standardized meta in this league. Not one that you see a lot out in the wild, but definitely one that's
Quickly
become
pushing on the point with
prevalent.
that Lucio. No
They are
picks currently
so
happening
fast.
yet. One
They
big
dive
pick
on-
on Yakety Tack.
They all just swarmed on top of her. Mercy gets
Getting the Mercy. That
gets
was
charged through the air.
that was a flying Reinhardt. Very rare, but apparently worked out for him.
Always a circus act this game. Picks coming in left and right for Poultry Pastry, and they look like they have this point. Barring this tire coming in from McNar,
See if they can get.
and he cannot
nobody.
get anyone with it.
What a solid push from Poultry Pastry
More than
Just kinda
7
making
minutes.
of the OSS on that.
More than 7 minutes on the clock to get the second point. I will be shocked if they cannot get this, because that is just so much time to try so many different things. And they are going right in, up to the right.
Though the OSS changing up their comp a little bit, bringing out the May, bringing Reaper to take down that quad tank, and actually having 3 DPS now that I'm looking at it, with 1 tank and 2 healers.
Here comes the self-destruct from Metro Falco. Excuse me.
Taking 1,
Not from
taking
Metro
2.
Falco, from Tracy Chocobo. And he gets McNar.
Poultry Pastry
That's-
now having the numbers.
Here comes the sound barrier from Lucio. And both healers are diving onto the point.
Support being taken
Getting a
out.
pick. Here comes another tire from McNar. Cannot get
Yo,
anything with it as Ejinx takes him out. Here comes the Valkyrie from Nightcross.
Poultry Pastry taking down a little bit at a time. Reinhardt going on the side. Probably won't see much. 2 tanks being stuck kind of near each other. And the OSS will have time to regroup. Those
Somehow
were
able
some
to-
words.
Pull something out of that. I'm not really sure how they were able to take the point back, but
I'm sure they're glad they did. Just beat down that clock a little bit.
Here, Poultry Pastry is trying to regroup. We have switched to a
USS.
Farah for Beppy.
Interesting pick. Kind of
Interesting.
getting away from that quad tank now. But the USS staying on that 3 DPS. Interesting May ult. I'm wondering if that was maybe fat fingered, or just maybe thought that there was
Here
going
comes
to
the
be a
grab.
push.
Not very
Also,
effective because of the PMAOWL getting in the way.
so good little May
Khan
wall.
is stuck in between 3 tanks. And here comes the Death Blossom.
One pick.
And
Remains
May
alive.
kind of walls off the Death Blossom from getting anyone else down the stairs.
1 for 1. That May being rezzed. Poultry Pastry going around, trying to see if they can distract them away from that doorway initially, but Crazy Chocobo is going to get frozen underneath and probably catch himself, alone on the point, being taken out of mech, and a pretty quick pick off there. Will have to regroup with the rest of Poultry Pastry.
We'll see what they can do on the next push. They are regrouping out in the courtyard. Ejinx has switched to Widowmaker and gets a pick on Mercy.
Beppy being taken out by the real JLP, though Beppy at least getting his ult in the meantime may be worth it. I don't know. It's a bit staggering at this point. That clock going down slowly but steadily, and really Poultry Pastry having to hopefully keep this time aspect that they went into with the 7 minutes.
Metro Falco trying to hook the May, but she manages to freeze herself right in time. Meknar gets a Deadeye kill on Ejinx.
2 picks.
Mig's just trying to get out, and he cannot.
Another pick. The OSS really doing a great job of holding this second point.
A last second pin coming in for Crazy Chocobo as Reaper gets caught too far outside.
Old economy looking like 3 for Poultry Pastry. Beppy still having that. Metro Falco now having. So probably a good little push they could have in coming with those ults, and only 1 being the May. But with that May having that ult, and especially being on defense, 1 easy throw, you've got the whole point pretty much covered.
They're fairly close to having the Reaper ult as well as the Moira ult. And they are jumping right on the point. They're diving straight in.
Like I said, got that whole point covered by that ult. Freezing Metro Falco, both tanks pretty much. A Reaper ult, taking down the real JLP. Crazy Chocobo, or not the real JLP, Metro Falco. Crazy Chocobo being taken out shortly after, and Migs following suit.
Meknar coming in with the follow-up on the 2 ults coming in. Oracle Ken getting an orb kill here on Shushifoof.
Absolutely. The OSS holding yet another push, including 3 ults from Poultry Pastry.
You always got to watch out for those purple orbs. They're sneaky.
Absolutely.
They're a little slow, but they pack quite a punch.
And Poultry Pastry coming close to the 131 mark. They've got maybe 2 more pushes left in them, but the OSS successful in taking down the time lower than the time that they had.
Trying to push up the middle, getting distracted by Roadhog. As Metro
Running on
Falcon
the
dies
point.
on the balcony.
All of Poultry Pastry on the point right now.
They have
Metro
taken
Falcon joining them.
a lot of
Big ult from
bad
Meknar.
Deadeye. Might have saved this game. A big shatter
hammer
coming in
down.
from Crazy Chocobo, but I'm not sure he's able to hang on to it.
But finding himself alone near the point, Metro Falco was taken out of mech by Meknar and slowly taken out of life by
We
Meknar
have
as well.
time for maybe 1 more push on offense here. They did manage to get the second tick. So not a lot of time required alone on the point to get it, but they have to get there first.
Absolutely. Closest thing, real JLP. I'm about 10% away from ult. It's closest one out of everybody playing the game currently. Poultry Pastry won't have much going in unless they can get some. It's a big pick. It's a pick
Jinx
nonetheless.
coming in with an entry pick.
But
Gets
getting
res
res
right
shortly
away, but
after.
now Mercy has no more res for next fight.
Both picks coming out for 3 picks for Poultry Pastry, but the Yakety attack taking out Shushifush. E-Jinx taking out the other Reaper. And a big MAOWL, but keeping everybody on the point. Poultry Pastry has the point with 1 minute left. All right, we go to round 3 on Hanamura. I'm going to throw it back again. How evenly matched these teams are. Holy cow, we're at 1-1. Now, in total, now we're 2-2 on the last map. What a great night of Overwatch for those that are watching, including the casters ourselves. Man, oh man. If you're not shaking in your chair now, I don't know what's going to make you shake. It's going to get you more hyped to see these last 2 pushes, really. We've got Poultry Pastry on attack first. Gotta really make use of this minute. I mean, they took the first point on this recent attack in about, I want to say, 30 seconds. So if they can do that again, try to take that second point as well pretty quickly, that one will prove more difficult, seeing as how the last round went. But I'm thinking the OSS is going to alter their strategy going into defense this time. Try to really keep Poultry Pastry from being able to take this first point.
We shall see. My internet actually just went out on my computer, so I am currently trapped outside of the game. So I will try to get back in as we're trying to come in from tiebreaker.
All right, well, it looks like Poultry Pastry taking the same strat they did last time. 1 less tank, but jumping on the point really quickly. Seeing both teams fighting out, no picks yet, but just both supports are doing such a great job. Oh, Crazy Chocobo taking out the Zen. 1 support gone for the OSS. Staying on this point, 2 more picks for Poultry Pastry. The OSS will not stand a chance on this first point, which Poultry Pastry seems to be absolutely dominant on.
Get into position. If we are to progress, we must claim the objective.
Completely fine.
Appreciate it.
We got 41 seconds for Poultry Pastry to take this second point from the OSS. Let's see how it works. We have the OSS changing over, getting a May out, but Poultry Pastry wasting no time, hopping onto that first point, seeing if they can get any picks before the whole team was able to regroup. Shaka Khan taking out Crazy Chocobo. A huge shatter down from the real JLP. That one is going to be the deciding factor for this second point. Migs being left alone as Lucio. That's going to be round 1. Poultry Pastry just didn't work on that first point, but proving that the OSS was able to come on back. I spoke too soon. Winston jumped on the point. Now we're into overtime. We've got a frozen Winston. He's hopping around at least, making some noise. The whole team gets back on. I was speaking way too soon, and I apologize to Poultry Pastry. We got Beppy taking out somebody. Maknar, Crazy Chocobo. That's 3 picks for Poultry Pastry. They might make this work. A big ol' charge from the real JLP. We've got both teams just running around on point. 3 more left for the OSS. But, or we got maybe Tracer going to hop on, trying to make a little bit more time for Shaka Khan to jump back on as well. Just trying to get. That's 1 pick, a big ol' shatter. 2 picks. Or point, or tick 1 has been taken. The OSS is trying to delay as much as they can. Tick 2 taken. Traces all that is left on that point right now. A Diva ult making some space. And all apologies from me. Poultry Pastry taking that second point. Proving me wrong. Taking the words out of my mouth. Throwing them on the ground. Kicking them around in the sand. Saying, Yo, Razzle, what do you think you're doing? Absolutely. I am wowed.
All right,
Those
if I
that
could
are
get
watching-
an invitation back into the game lobby, that would be much appreciated.
See if we can do this. Da. See who. Oh wait, I don't think I have you. I don't.
I think I just added you.
Oh, did you?
But again, great plays at the end.
Stack monster. Oh yeah, there you are.
30 seconds.
Great
Wow,
plays
wow,
again,
wow.
especially from the supports. Just watching Shushifoof going hard on that right click. Definitely a dangerous thing in the right hands. Well, literally Moira's right hand, but always
Absolutely.
high impact.
Exciting to see this next attack from the OSS, seeing if they can come out, try to repeat what Poultry Pastry was able to do. We have Ejinx hiding behind, seeing if he can create some distraction here at the beginning. A big ante from Migs, really making Poultry Pastry's first defense an easy one.
Big impact kills coming in from Ejinx, taking out Shaka Khan and Diva Mech. As Shushifoof with that damage orb takes out the baby Diva on the side.
Rubbing their hands together, wiping off that first push from the OSS. Poultry Pastry winding down the clock for the OSS's chances on winning this game.
Still plenty of time for a couple of pushes here for the OSS. They're trying to just get in front and get some damage in. Nothing really coming much for either team here.
The real JLP really trying to make some space for for the OSS on that first push through. Getting rezzed actually. Rushing on the point. Macnar taking out Migs. The OSS looking like they have this first push, but an ult coming out from Ejinx, getting no victims. The OSS is going to wrap up point number 1. They have about a minute left. It's going to maybe work out to maybe a minute 10, minute 15, I think, after the little addition. About a minute 12, minute 13. The OSS moves to point number 2, where Poultry Pastry is reading the defense. They've got one ult. They got Crazy Chocobo with the hammer down, but coming out with a hammer down on their own and a Lucio ult. We should see this first push maybe being a strong one.
They're going upstairs to the right as Ryan tries to lead in with the fire strike. There's a lot of damage up there to meet him, and here comes the ult from Metro Falco as Shaka Khan gets Ejinx up.
Got a Crazy Monkey really making space.
Trades going back and forth for both teams.
Shushifoof taking out that Mercy, that all-important support. A big Diva coming out, a hammer down. That Diva actually
down right
landing
on
on top
there.
of the little roof, coming up with nothing.
Migs getting caught way in between 3 people on the wrong team, and he cannot survive that onslaught.
Yakety Tech.
Crazy Chocobo taking out real JLP, and Metro Falco following up with the mech kill.
Got a Shaka Khan ready with ult up top, trying to delay getting his teammates as close to the point as he can. Overtime beginning. Reinhardt running on the point.
It's
Shaka
just
Khan actually
Ryan
getting taken out.
and
Nothing will happen with that ult.
who's just struggling to maintain, and here comes Tracer last second. Ooh, gets a nice kill on Crazy Chocobo, but cannot
overtime.
maintain.
And it
that,
looks like
folks, will be it.
Poultry Pastry with a well-earned victory.
Definitely
Wow, wow, wow.
Play of the game.
hard earned.
That new Reaper skin, though. Shaka Khan with the play of the game.
And with that, Poultry Pastry takes their second of the 3 maps tonight, and a victory for them.
Bring up when we might have our next game.
Our next game will, of course, be tomorrow. If I look at my schedule here.
Yep. Pulling up that bad boy.
Tomorrow's game will be Ex
We
Machina
have-
versus
yeah.
Drop That Angel Beat. Excuse me. Drop those
Sure.
angel beats.
We're getting a Sushi Foof interview or we riot in the chat. We'll see what we can do for you. I'll type quickly in the chat, see if we can get him in on over here.
Definitely one of the more impactful players of the game tonight.
All right. We've got an agreement from Sushi Foof coming in. Chat, ready your pants. It's about to happen. Only moments away from the one, the only Sushi Foof of Poultry Pastry. We are
Chad is also demanding
waiting.
some Maknar. And
Seems as though
he has
might be,
left the game lobby, so
looks like we'll only have Sushi Foof tonight. Gotta be quicker, Twitch chat. We understand, but gotta be quicker. We can help you on one front, but not every. We're waiting for Sushi Foof. But what a map. What a match.
what a all three maps were an excellent roundup. Both teams very evenly matched. It was a lot of fun to watch. And this is the first match that I have commentated where it wasn't a 3-0 sweep. So I very much appreciate that.
Yeah. Makes our
It came
job some more
down to the
exciting.
last map. So this is my fifth, I think, one that I've called, and the only one that hasn't ended 3-0. So a very well played match from both teams. A lot of back and forth play. A lot of things that if just one thing was different, everything could have gone the other way.
Absolutely.
Definitely,
I was almost expecting that we'd see that that fourth map come out. I was thinking that is going to be a definite possibility, seeing as Poultry Pastry took words out of my mouth saying that they didn't have that last point. I was like, well, who's to say OSS won't do it either? Who knows? All right, we're having a little bit of difficulty getting Sushi Foof in here. Let's see.
we're trying to get him in the Discord. And
I don't have
I
him
can
on
get him in.
BattleNet.
Well, let's see if we can try and get Maknar.
I know.
Fortunately, I can message him on Discord.
Let's see. Is he? He's not. Okay. This is a bummer.
All right, and I am getting word that we will be getting Maknar in shortly.
All right. Twitch chat, I'm sorry. We didn't get Sushi for you. Please do not riot. But we got Maknar. He'll be coming in. Some pants are ready. We'll still try to get Sushi Fushi in here. But now we have Maknar joining us in the Discord.
Hello.
How's it going?
Welcome.
It's going well. That was such a crazy freaking game.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a lot of fun to watch.
Are you guys having trouble getting Sushi Foof in here?
We are.
We are.
I'm friends with him. I'll see if I can get him here.
Sure, we'd love to get both y'all in here. Oh, yeah,
let's
that'd
see.
be true.
The Twitch chat demands it, and you never know what those crazy Twitch people do.
Twitch chat,
But,
though,
you have to satiate their desires. They're like zombies.
if while we are trying to get Sushi Foof in here, if you do have any questions, drop them in the chat. We'll ask them. We'll give you a response, or they will give you a response. We do have a "We love you, MacNar" in all caps,
Aw.
and a "MacNaroni and cheese"
Oh, awesome.
also in all caps.
That's awesome. Who said those?
We got a. I guess it's
Tobobode.
Okay, awesome.
And
then name's
the
Wolf.
name's Wolf.
Oh, okay,
The
awesome.
macaroni and cheese. People you know, I assume? Or
Yeah,
just
yeah.
you're growing a fan base already.
So while we're waiting on Sushi Foof, so Sushi Foof and I are actually from the same chapter.
Aha.
And so those two people that you mentioned are actually part of the casual team we play with. Actually, we have an open division team now that we just started
Very nice.
to play together. So Sushi Foof and I have been playing Overwatch together for a while. So
Always
Alright, we
a lot
got-
of fun to have people to play with.
Let's see if I can move him in here.
I sent him a message, but
Oh, also we will have to move to the next room up because this room has a limit of 4 people.
Yeah.
Very
Let's
quickly,
go.
let's move to a different room. All right, we're back.
Can we go to that one? I guess maybe not.
I'm not in this. I'm not an admin.
Ah, bummer. Well, are
Is
any of the
he
mods
perhaps
on?
in the other Discord?
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna go. Give me a second.
Well, we're trying to sort this out. If you have any questions for our guests here, we would love to see someone coming in.
All right, I'm gonna get Fox's mod, so he's gonna go give Shushi some approval.
All right, so that should be coming in soon. So, McNar, I have a question for you.
okay.
What kind of things in a close match like this? What kind of things were going on for your team and in your communications?
And we have
So-
Shushi Foof. By
Yep,
the way,
I'm here.
Wait, what are you guys doing? You guys need a 6?
PMAOWL interview.
We're doing some interviews.
Oh,
right
an
now.
interview. Okay, I'll get
Fox
you guys.
Cumulus popping in for a moment here. Want to say hi to the Twitch viewers?
Hi guys, how you doing? You should tell JLP to look at this Twitch chat once in a while. Okay, bye.
Okay, you heard it here first. All right, into the interview we go. Continue answering the question that was just asked.
Yeah, so these close games, we kept keeping our eyes on the role switches that were going on with Poultry Pastries because once something wasn't working, they very quickly shifted, and then we had to be on our toes about where to switch. So, I was swapping around between Tracer, McCree, and Junkrat, trying to figure out which one might work, and it was kind of a mental game most of the time.
Oh, absolutely.
seemed
I
like
mean,
about-
yeah, you go ahead.
It definitely seemed about half the time that it worked and half the time that they just countered again. They just switched something else to make your life difficult.
Yeah.
Let's see. We did have a question from the Twitch chat real quick.
No,
gonna
we
say-
can't ask that on camera.
Maybe not that question. So this could be answered from actually both sides. And it was, what did y'all think of the 4-tank push on Hanamura? So I guess we could get the
That was-
attack approach. What was the deciding factor on that? And
That
then
was a-
how was it to have to deal with that?
So that was my idea. We were sitting in spawn trying to figure it out, and I just like piped. I was like, "Hey, want to do quad tank and just push through and they won't expect it. And we did, and it worked like a charm, just immediately. And then like we knew, except for second point, we'd have to switch, and that was very apparent as the fact that it took us 5 minutes to finally cap the point. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We just went on a whim and said, "Hey, this might work," and it did. It paid off.
Yeah.
We were impressed. Go ahead,
From
Michael.
our end, we weren't expecting that at all.
You should know. You should know these things.
I should, but you're in a different element. Yeah, I believe I was running. I was running the rat, but I got picked off very quickly, even when I had tire, and just. I think part of it was also my fault in the middle of that fight when I threw a concussion mine and it spread them out because I wasn't expecting the quad tank, and then I spread out the 4 tanks, and then they just kind of swarmed us after that. So not the best decision on my part, but then they capitalized, and it was a very, very good push.
Was that concussion mine what launched the Rhine in the air into the Mercy?
Yes.
Because we were wondering, like, we don't see Ryan flying that often, but he got a pick out of it somehow.
No, see, what I saw was, group of people.
Yeah,
And
spread them out a little bit.
they had been running squishies, so I in the quick thinking was like, okay, 2 tanks makes sense. Get the squishies. And there were not very many squishies, and I spread them around. So that whole thing was partially my fault, and then we just didn't have the comp nor the strategy ready at the moment's notice. So very well done, Poultry Pastries.
But then able to kind of reassess that on that second point and hold them for what I almost thought was going to be the entire time. So much so that I even counted, well, I guess on the third round. But holding them down for a good, the 5 minutes that Shushifu kind of touched on. I was impressed. And then started counting in round 3, getting down to that overtime, started counting Poultry Pastry out. I said, all right, it looks like OSS has this, blah, blah, blah. And then the words were taken out of my mouth. And y'all got the second point on round 3. Too many numbers for me right now.
Yeah. Honestly, on that one. Sorry, go ahead.
If I'm being honest, that was a miracle that we ended up capping the second point on the third round. I think it was it Metro Falco playing the Winston?
Yes, he switched that.
Yeah, and he just stayed on the point, and we were just like, all right, we're coming back. And we had enough ults that we somehow just kept him from staying on the point and got it. And in our comms, we were just like, what just happened?
Absolutely.
So on our end, after we got that team kill, we were feeling really good. 15 seconds left on the clock. And in our comms, we were like, yeah, we got this. And then all of a sudden, that Winston comes out of nowhere. We didn't have the ults because I used my Deadeye prematurely on the fight previously, and the only one left was the Lucio. So the only we had left was Death Blossom, and it was popped a little prematurely for the team fight. When the team fight came in, and like Shishifu said, the ults piled on. I heard attack visor go off, and I was dead and capped the point.
Yep. So going from, because obviously this was kind of a wild match. We got the OSS winning the first map, then a win for Poultry Pastry, and then we got 2-2 on the last match. Poultry Pastry, what was going on in the minds of the team going from map 1 to 2 that kind of maybe helped out that first win on the second map?
Well, so map 1, we are on defense first, and we held them, and they didn't cap the point. They got some ticks, but that's fine. And then we went and we started attacking, and they were kind of like running a what they call cheese comp with the Torb and the Arresta just set up back there. And for some reason, us in our decision making, I think we took too long to try and figure out what we were going to try and do. So we just kind of wasted a lot of time. And then when we finally figured out, hey, this is what we need to do, there was 30 seconds left on the clock. And it our first push with the idea we had didn't necessarily work, and we ran out of time. after that, going to map 2, I think our decision making was faster paced. Ejinx was just like, this is what we're doing. We need to go do this, and we did that. I think it helped a lot. I think that one did that one go to 3. Did we all do all 3 maps on that one?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
it was very close.
And then I guess the same question goes for you, Macnar. Going from the OSS winning the first point and losing the second point, what was going on in the comms going into map 3?
So so in map 3 we had AJ, our Shaka Khan, our team captain, actually come in for that one. So he was from map 2 to 3 we had a different shot caller and a different captain going through. So we kind of just had a different air about us going into map 3 in general. Really, our approach was the same. It was we have our kind of go-to comps as far as like roles go, and then we just kind of call them out and we go on the fly, and we were just ready to go. So there wasn't a whole lot of the mental shift going from 2 to 3, I felt.
Mm-hmm. Well, very cool. Just overall, just a very exciting game. Fun to watch, fun to commentate on. Coming back into here. Stache, I don't know if you have any questions. I don't know if we have any questions in the Twitch chat. I don't know if Stache's here. He is here.
I was having some internet issues once again, but I am still here.
Do you have any questions for Shushi or Meknar?
No, I'm pretty good. I just want to say to both of you, a very well fought match. It was a could have gone either way if just one or two things had gone differently, and those are always the crazy fun matches to watch.
This is definitely. Oh, you go.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, this is definitely probably the most fun I will have this season, mainly because for those of you who don't know, Macnar and I are actually best friends, and we go to the same college. So facing each other for the first time instead of playing with each other was a lot of fun. It was eye-opening to know, because I already knew his strengths and weaknesses, and he knew mine, and we both kind of capitalized off of those. And it was just a lot of fun, just a back and forth.
Yeah, we had the conversation today. It doesn't matter who wins or loses; it's whoever bips each other the most.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, I wasn't keeping enough track. The games were too
No,
fantastic.
I think you got me a little more than I got you, but that's okay.
Yeah, but excellent games overall. Like to go off of that, just playing against Chushifoof was again eye-opening in many ways, and we've been hyped for this game since we both decided to join the league. So it definitely lived up to our expectations and hype.
Well, we're glad to have both of you here, as Twitch has so kindly named you all as Macaroni with a side of foof. We appreciate having you both here. Thanks for the interview. That'll be the end of this stream tonight. Catch us tomorrow around the same time, about I think 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. It might vary about maybe 15-ish minutes. I'm trying to remember who exactly we have. It's Drop the Angel Beats and
Ex Machina.
Ex Machina, which should be a good match as well. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you want to be notified when we go live, you hit that follow button. We appreciate it. You'll get more high-quality, high-octane games like tonight. And thank you very much. Also, all hail.